On the news this morning, Governor Soludo commissions steel plant in OKONKWO Oyi Council area. Anambra residents asked to participate actively in a plastic recovery challenge as Nigeria's Communication Commission (SCC) expresses concerns over mining and usage of data. UN envoy Peters declared person non grata in Sudan as Sudan wars enters another month. Hello, beautiful morning to you and welcome to Breakfast News at 8 on ABS Television. I am David Okpokwasile. We begin from OKONKWO, where Governor Chukwuma Soludo has reaffirmed his resolve to encourage industrialization in Anambra State through providing an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. The governor gave the assurance at OKONKWO Oyi Council area while commissioning an indigenous steel plant, Milton Steel Manufacturing Company Limited. Government House correspondent Valentine Mbadoga filed the report.
The glory of God and this will form a solid foundation for our quest to industrialization.
The governor, who assured to create a conducive environment for industrialization, promised to provide power and said that plans are being perfected for steady power supply in the state. While assuring to remain focused in the business of providing good governance to Anambra, Governor Soludo maintained his stand to be the chief marketing officer of everything made in Anambra, adding that the best way to create jobs is to promote what is produced locally. He promised to continue doing what he can as a governor to create enabling environment for industrialization to help achieve industrialized and tech-driven economy. He commended the founders for the bold step and assured his support to help the industry grow.
OKONKWO kwenu, Oyi kwenu, Anambra kwenu. We have come to commission this magnificent steel company to celebrate this edifice and celebrate industry, celebrate the homeland consciousness, celebration of enterprise.
One of the directors of the company and the member-elect representing Oyi constituency at the State House of Assembly, Honorable Innocent Ojike, in his address said that their interest is to create jobs, wealth, and grow the economy of the state. He thanked Governor Soludo for his efforts in repositioning the state for the better and promised their support.
To bring back home our respective chains of business, this philosophy is the OKONKWO mantra. Milton Steel Manufacturing Company Limited was brought to life to help fulfill the OKONKWO philosophy and also to bridge the gap of unemployment by being an employer of labor in Anambra and beyond.
The Chief of Staff to the Governor, Mr. Ernest Ezajuwi, Commissioner for Industry, Mr. Christian Udechukwu, and other government functionaries attended the event. The Governor performed official commissioning and unveiled the plaque to climax the event. From OKONKWO, Valentine Mbadoga reporting for ABS News.
Deputy Governor of Anambra State, Dr. Onyeka Chukwuibezim, has commended the 7th Anambra State House of Assembly for its credible legislative duties. The Deputy Governor gave the commendation when he represented Governor Chukwuma Soludo during the House of Assembly's valedictory session in Awka. Our Government House correspondent, Emmanuel OKONKWO, filed the report taken from here.
Dr. Ibezim, who lauded the contributions of the 7th Assembly in all-round development of the state, said the Assembly continued to be supportive of the government of the state from inception till the end, and acknowledged that the Assembly passed numerous bills that favored the state.
This great assembly from our governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo. In simple terms, he describes this house as a great institution of learning. Great bills passed, and I won't forget in a hurry the scary, I will describe it, oversight function. No matter how friendly you are with the House members, oversight function is oversight function, and I give it to all of you.
Earlier in a remark, the Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Uche Okafor, appreciated his team for being supportive throughout their stay in the Assembly. noting that the 7th Assembly laid a solid foundation which the 8th Assembly can build upon.
The 7th Anambra House of Assembly achieved some measures of success in the areas of number of bills that were passed, motions moved, and in our oversight functions and all our other legislative duty. We passed over 50 people-oriented bills. Some landmark bills passed include but not limited to OKONKWO University Teaching Hospital Establishment Bill, Anambra State Youth Development and Empowerment Commission Bill, Anambra Capital Development Authority Bill, Anambra State Mission Schools of Nursing and Midwifery Bills, Anambra State Traditional Rulers Amendment Bill, as well as the Public Finance Bill, and many others.
In an interview, the National President of Anambra State Association of Town Unions, Barrister Titus Abudo, rated the outgoing legislators high in performing their statutory functions, asking the incoming ones to do better.
I believe they represented their constituencies very well, and those that were voted back to continue doing their job, I will once again say congratulations. Must thank the people of Anambra for giving support to all spheres of this political, the legislature, executive, and judiciary. My expectation from the people that take over from the 7th Assembly, I expect them to be more active.
Anambra State Governor Dr. Untitled Chapter has called on the state residents to participate actively in the task of actualizing a green, clean, and sustainable Anambra State. The Deputy Governor made the call during the flag-off of the All Anambra Communities Plastic Recovery Challenge in Awka, an event marking this year's World Environmental Day in the state. Again, our Government House correspondent, Emmanuel Okonkwo, has the story.
The Deputy Governor of Anambra State.
The All Anambra Communities Plastic Recovery Challenge is an initiative of the state government aimed at ensuring a clean and healthy environment for the Anambra. The scheme is designed in a way that all the 177 communities in the state will compete, after which the community that emerged the most clean wins a cash prize of 1 million naira. And other communities that did well will also receive consolation prizes. Speaking, Deputy Governor Ibezim reminded people of the state that achieving a clean and healthy state is a task for all, as the initiative is an effort towards building a livable and safe environment for everyone. Deputy Governor Ibezim, while regretting that people still in this 21st century dump waste and build houses on waterways, asked the state residents to be kind to their environment, as according to him, the major cause of erosion and other environmental havocs experienced in the state and other parts of the world are human anti-environmental practices.
Anambra State is actually in danger because of our small land mass. We are threatened. We are threatened by erosion and recently flooding. And part of this flooding is also caused by our own activities.
In a remark, the Commissioner for Environment, Engineer Felix Odimegu, who warned the people against violation of environmental laws, emphasized on the need for collective efforts towards instituting a friendly environment. Engineer Odimegu explained that the All Anambra Communities Plastic Recovery Challenge, a 1-month challenge that will be done at community level, is arranged rural community versus rural community, semi-urban versus semi-urban, and urban versus urban to ensure fairness in the exercise.
Commemorate the World Environment Day with the theme Solution to Plastic Pollution. In order to do this, nature citizen participation, everybody taking ownership of the environment, where the people themselves will drive the agenda.
Speaking, the national president of Anambra State Association of Town Unions, ASATU, Barrister Titus Abudo, recommended that the State Ministry of Environment should partner all the critical stakeholders and community heads in the state in order to make the green, clean, and sustainable Anambra agenda a reality.
That report by Government House correspondent Emmanuel OKONKWO was taken from our studio. The wife of the governor of Anambra State, Dr. Noe Soludo, has assured that any child with cleft deformity living in the state must be captured in the ongoing free treatment of cleft lip and palate. The governor's wife gave the assurance in Awka while assessing the progress report of the exercise. She encouraged everyone living in the state who has or knows any child with cleft deformity to bring them for immediate treatment, stressing that no child should be subjected to the stigma or suffering because of the defect. Dr. Soludo also explained that the partnership with Smart Train to treat anyone with cleft deformity in Anambra State free of cost is in the best interest of those with cleft problems, with a target to bring the count of such deformities in the state to zero. The governor's wife said that increased awareness and education are also essential to spread the message and to also reduce apathy towards the exercise. She urged parents and families of children with cleft lips or palates, or anyone that knows a child with such problem, to refer them to Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amakoka, or to the nearest public health facility for immediate treatment. The Department of Economics, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, has held its first annual lecture series and academic endowment in honor of Associate Professor Levi Ezako. The event had in attendance students, university teachers, political appointees, family members, friends, and well-wishers of the celebrant. Queen Anibogo has the rest of the story.
Assiduously to maintain the development of the department, monitoring and developing human capacity in the field of labor economics, with many academic sons and daughters to his credit. In his opening remark, the chairman on the occasion, Professor Godwin Onu, recounting his close relationship with Associate Professor Ezak, described him as a father to both university teachers and students.
He was a mentor. He was an advisor. He was a father. He was a role model, and he was a man of God in his. Through all our students in the Department of Economics. So at the day you are leaving this place, leaving this gate, you will leave with laurels, something to be proud of, and something you can be proud, and get back home and say, Daddy, see the outcome of my 4-year stay in the Department of Economics at the Nnamdi Azikiwe University.
In his remarks, the Dean, Faculty of Social Sciences, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Professor Frank Collins Okafo, encouraged students to have mentors they will look up to as they strive to achieve their purpose in life. For the head of department, Dr. Christopher Kalu, globally celebrated academics are giving back to the younger generations as a way of motivating their passion for excellence and dignity.
So the essence of why we are gathered here today is to fire the passion of excellence, is to fire the passion of dignity, is to fire the passion of celebrity in our younger ones. And I know that today is a great day.
And the lecture titled Drivers of Labor Market, Failure in Nigeria, Reflections and Policy Options, Professor Ebele Nwokoye said, once inequality is found in a society, it is an indication that the labor market has failed, and mentioned the pay gap between workers at the federal, state, and local government levels. Responding, the benefactor, Associate Professor Ezaku, thanked the staff and management of the department for their efforts in bringing the department to the level it is, charging them to continue.
God bless you. Amen. Let the department, the staff, continue to work. Somebody made mention. Please, volunteers and still staff, don't exploit the students. Don't exploit them. No way.
The wife of the benefactor, Dr. Dabelu Nebechukwu, charged the people to always put God first in all they do. Goodwill messages from dignitaries, cutting of cake, prize presentation to best graduating students from the department featured at the event. Queen Anibogo, ABS News.
The Nigeria Communications Commission (NCC) has called for the exercise of authority as well as control over the mining and usage of data to increase the value of data and minimize data-related costs and risks. The Executive Vice Chairman of NCC, Professor Umar Dambata, made the call in his keynote address at the Nigeria Digital Science Forum in Lagos. Dambata was represented by Dr. Chukwu Dedugu, Head of New Media and Information Security at the NCC. The Executive Vice Chairman said that data is critical to the digital economy and all must prioritize building robust legal frameworks for data governance. According to him, as they embrace the transformative potential of 5G, they must also prioritize safety concerns. He said that the amount and speed of data generated using 5G technology was unprecedented, and as such, they need to always prioritize consumer privacy, transparency, and ethical data use. The EVC said that the Act prevented the licensee's network from being used in or in relation to the commission of any offense under any law in operation in Nigeria. He said in this regard, licensees were required to assist the commission and other law enforcement agencies in preventing crime in Nigeria. Number 2 said that the NCC is committed to fostering a culture of safety and security while rolling out the 5G technology. Sudan has notified the United Nations that it has declared Volker Perthes, the special representative of the UN Secretary General in Sudan and head of the UN Integrated Transition Assistance Missions in Sudan, persona non grata. Perthes was in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia for a series of diplomatic talks, according to the UN mission's Twitter feed. UN Chief Antonio Guterres said late last month that he was shocked by a letter from Sudanese Army Chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan reportedly requesting the replacement of his special envoy, Perthes. Perthes, a former academic who has headed the Sudan mission since 2021, has defended the UN against accusations of inflaming the conflict, saying those responsible are the two generals at war. Fighting between the Sudanese army and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF, since April has ravaged the capital Khartoum and the western region of Darfur. Entire districts of Khartoum no longer have running water. Electricity is only available for a few hours each week, and 3/4 of the hospitals in combat zones are not functioning. Sudan's health ministry has recorded at least 780 civilian deaths as a direct result of the fighting. Each Super Eagles player would get as much as $270,000 if they win in the 2023 Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. The least each player in the squad will get is $30,000. That is if they crash out from the group stage. The windfall comes after World Body FIFA announced its new financial distribution model ahead of the Women's World Cup, which begins July 20. In a statement, FIFA said under the groundbreaking new model, participating member nations will receive record distributions to support football development in their countries, while also participating players will receive guaranteed remuneration for their achievements at the tournament. FIFA President Gianni Infantino said under this unprecedented new distribution model, each individual player at the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023 can now fully rely on remuneration for their efforts as they progress through the tournament, adding that the captain that ultimately lifts the iconic FIFA Women's World Cup trophy on August 20 in Sydney will receive $270,000 as well as and will each of her 22 teammates. And then finally back here at home, Governor Chukwuma Soludo has expressed regret over the death of former senator representing Anambra Central Senatorial District at the National Assembly, Chief Annie OKONKWO. Governor Soludo noted that as a prominent son of Anambra State who hails from Ojoto in the Idemili South local government area, the late senator has paid his dues trying to serve the state. The governor, on behalf of Anambra State government and the entire people of the state, commiserated with the family and friends of the deceased over the loss. The governor further prayed that the good Lord will grant his soul eternal rest and the family he left behind the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. And that is the news this morning. But remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Television. Okay. You can follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV or on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Before we go, here are the main stories again. We told you that Governor Chukwuma Soludo has commissioned a steel plant in OKONKWO, Oyi Council area. We also told you that Anambra residents have been asked to participate actively in the plastic recovery challenge as NCC expresses concerns over data mining and usage. We also told you that UN envoy Peters has been declared person non grata in Sudan. Remember that Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the tasks ahead. Thank you for joining us this morning. I am David Obukwasile. The Weekend Show continues right after now. Stay with us.